What up, world? Okay, now, so LeBron James has been playing 17 seasons in the NBA, as we know, three different franchises, pretty much kind of four different teams, but three different franchises as well. Cleveland, two different stunts. Now, what we're going to do is we're evaluating on FS1 Sports Show, held by Skip Bayless and Mr. Shannon Sharp, aka LeBron's biggest fanboy when it comes out there in sports, alongside with Nick Wright. They're going to go over the topic of LeBron James if this is his best chance to win the finals, let alone his last chance when it comes to it. Now, my position still states if LeBron James doesn't win the championship this season, he's not going to be considered the greatest player in the world. His era and time is over, even let alone if he racks up another championship in 2021 or 2022. I foresee it to be the Lakers are going to win the championship this year. I think the writing's on the wall. I've stated this in other videos. I don't think there's any conspiracy theorists going on. You can claim it if I'm doing it or not. I just think everything's lined up. Things are in the works in the background when it comes to these Colts, let alone the entertainment and the best interests of the NBA. When you see the Kobe Bryant's death, that really sold me 100%. I was always 100%, but the Kobe Bryant death pretty much, I guess more of 110%, put the cherry on top. You did have it to where they would tie the Boston Celtics in championships. It's been 6 seasons. They made the playoffs. And every time when LeBron joins a new team on the second year, that's when they usually win a championship. Everything's lined up to the roster where it's perfectly set up. So I'm still going to follow that trend. And let alone LeBron hasn't won a championship since 2016. So this is the longest stretch we haven't seen him win a championship after winning one. And I think this lines up perfectly. But let alone, not enough with my talks. Listen, this is LeBron's last chance and probably his best chance to win the finals. And I've stated this in a couple of videos before. You do have the Golden State Warriors. They're out of the picture. Let alone Kevin Durant did leave. Even if they didn't have Kevin Durant and they had Steph Curry, Draymond, and Clay that were healthy, I'm unsure if the Lakers would have gone past those Warriors. They would have been a huge threat. And it would have been scary for the Lakers to go against them in the playoffs. But they're blessed because Curry, Clay, and the rest of the crew, they're out for the rest of the season. KD left, so you don't have the Warriors to mess around with in the West. And in the Eastern Conference, the Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant is out for the rest of the season, so you don't have to worry about them. The only two teams the Lakers are worried about are the Los Angeles Clippers in the Western Conference, and they're expecting to meet them in the conference finals. So I believe with the Lakers, if they face against the Grizzlies or the Thunder and Jazz in the second round, they're going to be chilling. Now, they're really going to have to really focus and probably go 7-game series and notch it off with the Clippers. And then let alone in the Eastern Conference, their only threat is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. But I still would pick the Lakers on that. So this is LeBron's best chance to win a championship. We've had different free agents. They've exercised the LeBron James path of moving over to different franchises, quote-unquote, starting dynamic duos or looking to start all-star teams. So LeBron put the pathway. People are following it on it. So LeBron has to capture another championship, which I foresee it to be. But let's see what Mr.
The NBA
Shannon
season
Sharp
is
and
just
Skip Bayless have
weeks
to say.
away, and LeBron James is focused on winning a fourth career championship. We even got the news this week that Dwight Howard will be joining LeBron in Orlando. And according to a Yahoo Sports...
Man, that was huge. I was stating a week or two if they didn't not re-sign, but if Dwight Howard did not elect to go back in Orlando to play in the bubble with the Lakers, I don't know how they would have won the championship. There's no other centers out there. You have like Marcin Gortat, Andrew Bogut, Kenneth Faried is undersized. Salah Mejri, I mean, these cats won't be able to do it. But Dwight Howard's had an impact year. LeBron probably has some talks with him and the team. And even though Dwight Howard is fighting very strongly for quote-unquote social activism and all that, what's been going on, but Dwight Howard is reelected to join the team, so that pretty much put the writing on the wall for me that the Lakers are all set.
Sorry, Nicole. This is LeBron's, quote, last best chance to win a fourth ring in his prime. So, Shannon, is this LeBron's last best chance?
No. Who said it? Because they wrote it that make it true? No.
Oh, I love Shannon in this show. Mr. LeBron James Jr., hype man. Listen, this is LeBron's best chance to win a championship during this time in his era as of right now. Now, the best chances he had for winning finals was in 2011. Whenever he was on the Miami Heat during that 4-year stint area. LeBron choked in 2011. He didn't show up. I think on my side, what I saw in that series, that the writing was on the wall. They told LeBron to pretty much throw the series. We saw a very nonchalant, not caring LeBron. I'll make another video for another day breaking that down. It's not more of LeBron choked, but it's more of LeBron didn't do anything. He didn't care. But we can evaluate that another time. When it comes to LeBron being in Cleveland for a second stint, his best case scenario to win a championship was in 2016, which really wasn't a best case because you had the Warriors who were 73-9 and a dynasty in the rise. But now with the Los Angeles Lakers, this is the time period for him. Warriors or Nets are out. You have the coronavirus. Some players aren't returning back to the bubble. There's uncertainty. LeBron has rest, which is a huge advantage for him. Now, if they win this championship, and let's say the Lakers kind of blow up the roster to where they only have LeBron AD, let's just say they make a trade or signing and they get like a Chris Paul, a definite third option, and then they surround the team with veteran minimums, then they're definitely going to have a better chance even from 2020. They're going to have a better chance in 2021 to go on for a repeat or maybe even go for a three-peat. That's way out of there, but let's focus each year. As of right now, they have a great chance to win the championship.
I disagree. I vehemently disagree. I staunchly disagree. I object. You ought to be ashamed too for reading that article because I know you read it. Yeah, it's no, it's not. I got to check that. Yeah, I know you did, but he ain't slowing down. And who's to say that we don't make a big blockbuster move this offseason? Good. Okay, then. Yeah. So because he has a big three, does it look like he's slowing down to you? No.
Man, I really do think, and people can't foresee this because last season the Lakers were a crap show, and with Magic Johnson as the president, the team was you had a bunch of clowns of Lance Stevenson, Michael Beasley, some of JaVale McGee. JaVale, you had a great season, but you had all these weird pieces with young cats and the LeBron drama, chaos, as well as LeBron's injury. No one foresaw how the Lakers and LeBron could take it off to next year to be a contender. And there were talks about LeBron being traded. I didn't fall into that two-dimensional thinking, especially with social media and the news. I knew somehow, some way they were going to turn it around. I knew they were going to get Anthony Davis. I wasn't sure if they're going to get a third star or not this season. They don't really need one. I thought an underrated pick was DeMarcus Cousins, but he did get hurt. So I think he'll rejoin the team back in 2021. But if the Lakers win the championship, and I expect them to, I really think 2020 will probably be one of the worst Lakers team for LeBron, because I think in 2021 they'll bring in another third star. I think I really do think it may be Chris Paul. If they have a big three of Chris Paul, LeBron, and AD, wow.
So guess what? If this is going to be a tough, it's going to be a trying time. They got us down the bubble. Did you see when they beat them down there in that bubble? I told you it was like prison. Troy Daniels showed, man, that thing potluck. My grandma said, I said, Brady, what we eat today? She said, son, it's potluck. I put a bunch of stuff in a pot, you lucky don't kill. That's when they beat them down there. So how you go from having chefs?
I don't think it's a potluck.
No. But it's close. I mean, they feed them like they go into summer camp, bag of chips and a little cup of fruit. You got guys that's making $35-40 million. They're making $70 million, $80 million total. And chefs preparing 5-course meals 3-4 times a day. And now I got to eat out of Tupperware.
I was on social media and I saw that picture for one of the NBA players. That food looked disgusting. Looked like you're just in a cafeteria in elementary school, something like that. And then you got LeBron posting a couple of minutes later of a 5-star entree, pretty much. Oh man.
They like, when, how?
Trying to keep everybody safe.
You can be out there. I want to be fed. You can be safe or hungry. You can't be, the NBA said you can't be both. We're going to keep you safe, but you're going to be going to bed hungry.
He wants to stay sleek, right? He needs to keep
Look, LeBron know how to do it. We got our chef coming. We one of the few that's going to be allowed to bring our chef into the public.
I did not hear
Now,
that.
don't worry about all that. See, there you go, Skip Bayless. Look, it's going to be difficult. Avery Bradley, one of our starters, is not going to be there. He's a 3-and-D guy. He played great defense. He normally takes the best of player. And Sergeant K, he said that last time we played the Clippers. I got him. We refused to utter his name. Trezor, Benedict Arnold. But that's okay. Your day coming. That day of reckoning is coming, Skip Bayless. All this thing that you said, all the things that you've done to us, him too. Okay? And this is not our best chance. We got plenty more chances. I'm going to...
The Clippers have the best chance in the Western Conference based on their team structure as a whole. They can go 11-12 deep. They signed Joakim Noah They signed Marcus Morris Sr. on their team as a power forward, then Reggie Jackson's a backup point guard. The team's already stacked out. They already have their foundation of their bench. You have Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams as 6 and 7 men. And then the starting lineup is pretty fire. I have questions for Zubac coming into the playoffs, let alone deeper in the playoffs. I don't know if he can bang around the boards with some of these big cats in there. I'll keep an eye on that. Besides that, they don't have any true big centers or big men. So if they go against the Lakers, that's how the Lakers can take advantage with Anthony Davis and JaVale in the post. But if you're the Clippers and you're the fan of the Clippers, you should feel good right now. I mean, you have Kawhi and Paul George all together rested up. I have faith and hope for Kawhi. I just think the Lakers are going to squeak it out. I mean, listen, based on facts, what we've seen and what feels right, the Clippers should beat the Lakers in a 7-game series. I just think the Lakers will probably win in 7 games and squeak it out, just like in 2016 Game 7 and the last couple games.
Give you this much. It's probably not his last chance, but it is by far his best chance of his career to go, quote-unquote, steal a championship. I told you, we just got finished watching The Last Dance. This is the fast dance to a title, and he is in position A. The basketball god said, let there be LeBron. He should be prohibitively favored to win this championship, even though he's a co-favorite, his team is, with the Eastern Conference's Milwaukee Bucks. I don't buy the Bucks. I'm sorry, they seem like regular season wonders to me.
Also, you don't.
I agree. And with Giannis, during the regular season, no one could take up on him. He can pretty much fool around with who. Giannis can win MVPs. He's going to rack them up in the regular season. In the playoffs, Giannis is still dominant with the Bucks. They just ran into Kawhi Leonard, who hit a good momentum, good stretch. Listen, the Bucks were up 2-0 against the Raptors. Everyone was expecting them to be in the finals against the Warriors at that time period in the conference finals. And in Game 3, they went to double overtime against the Raptors. They couldn't close it, and that's when Kawhi and the crew had the momentum to take it off. But Giannis is learning. He's very focused. He has that Mamba mentality when it comes to him. He's only 25 years of age. The Kawhi Leonard's out of the Raptors. There's no one in the East that's going to take the Bucks seriously to win. So the Bucks pretty much have the Eastern Conference. But when it comes to the finals, going against an experienced and hungrier LeBron, or let alone if you're going against Kawhi and the Clippers, Kawhi already knows how to do his thing against Giannis. Let alone that Clippers team is more talented when it comes to that Raptors team. But if you're Giannis, you're going to make the finals, but you're going to lose in probably 5 games, maybe even 6. Most likely 6 to either of those two teams.
I do not fear them in the biggest series, in the biggest moments, when the money's pushed to the middle of the table.
Okay.
What happened against Kawhi Leonard's Toronto Raptors last year? The Bucks actually won the first 2 games. Then what happened? They lost 4 straight games. 4 straight? And Giannis played like he's about 6 feet 2 inches tall in those games.
And with that team, you had Malcolm Brogdon, you had Nikola Mirotic, and those 2 cats are off the team now, which were huge for them. Now when you're coming with the Bucks with the new, they added around 2 different players on their team, and I don't see it happen. Based on Kawhi not being in the East, they'll represent the Eastern Conference into the finals, but there's no way. Giannis, I don't trust him in the clutch. He doesn't have a jumper that's efficiently consistent. And basically, I don't trust Chris Middleton as your number 2 option in the finals. No.
They walled him off, right? And if you look at his numbers in those last 4 games, they're just pathetic. The big picture, in the second halves of those 4 last games, he was minus 27. In the fourth quarter of those 4 games, he was minus 29. He just shrank. He just shriveled up and disappeared, bro.
Well, you got to keep him out of in order to beat them, you got to keep him out of the paint.
All right,
But
fine.
let me ask you a question. Yeah, I believe this is one of his better chances. Did he have, and when he went to those 4 finals in Cleveland, was his chances better then or better now?
Better now. Back in Cleveland in 2015, everyone said they had a big 3 super team. Listen, they had the big 3, but you had Deion Waiters, you had Matthew Dellavedova, James Jones, Mike Miller, Sean Marion, Brendan Haywood. You had veterans like that coming off the bench, and let alone starting with them, which was not – they were not a championship contender. Now, they're a team that we expected to go in the playoffs, be a top 4 or 5 seed. But they actually made the trade for Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, started filling in a couple more players. And even during that time period, when entering the playoffs, before Kevin Love got hurt, I actually had the Chicago Bulls to make the finals. Cleveland finished with the second record. They finished off the second half of the season like 20-something and 5. Like, they went crazy. They finished with like a 50-32 record. No, my bad. I think it was like 55 wins or 52, somewhere in that ballpark. But I still expected the Bulls to win that series, let alone you had Kevin Love got hurt and Kyrie Irving was hobbled. So kudos to LeBron. But 2016, you had the Warriors who were the favorites. Storyline, I knew Cleveland would win that series because I just see things storyline as well. But 2017, 2018, you had Kevin Durant join the Warriors, and the rest is history. Now with the Lakers, in 2019, no, that wasn't the case. We knew that team would, if LeBron was healthy, that team, worst case scenario, would have lost in the first round. Best case scenario, lost in the second round. But 2020, they have Anthony Davis. They finally let go of the young cats. They finally brought in some veterans like Danny Green on the team. You still kept Rondo, JaVale McGee, which is great. I love that they brought back Caruso. I was begging them to bring back Caruso in free agency. But yeah, the team's all set. It's good. They're going to have to squeak out a championship. I don't think it's going to be that easy. The first 2 rounds, they'll be fine. But the last 2 rounds, keep an eye on that.
Way better. Okay, they go way better. Yeah. Except he did have that first Golden State team down 2-1 with Game 4 in his house.
And we had no home court.
Yeah, but listen, even with the Lakers, not the Lakers, the Cavaliers being up 2-0, you were scared for your life. Whenever you're playing against the Warriors, even though you have a series lead, even with the Rockets back in 2018 when they were up 2 or 3-2, you're scared for your life because you know the Warriors would smack you at any time, and they just had their few low moments. But listen, the Cavaliers squeaked out 2 wins in Game 2 and Game 3, by the grace of God when it came to LeBron playing 48 minutes and barely winning the games. But we knew LeBron could not be consistent, not on numbers, but to squeak out a couple more wins. They just didn't have enough firepower, and LeBron always had the ball in his hands. The Warriors, they were fine. They knew what they were doing.
And now we got no home court.
Oh, now you got no.
We didn't have no home court, no series either.
Well, what are you talking about? Well, all you had to do is win Game 4 in the King's house, and you're up 3-1. You don't think you could have closed that deal? I think you could have.
We didn't get it done.
Okay.
We fighting all this.
Yeah, Iggy got it done.
Whatever.
He was the MVP.
We fought very hard, Skip, this season.
Steph Curry should have won that MVP.
Speaking of the old Cavaliers, I'm looking at this Milwaukee roster and I'm saying, where is their championship experience on this roster? Well, they got 2 players who played in finals.
Yeah, George Hill.
They got George Hill, infamously known in Cleveland for missing the second free throw. Am I right?
Yeah.
LeBron had the shot, passed it up to George Hill, who missed the second free throw, which led to JR's mental meltdown. Right?
Yes.
Okay, and the other player on that team is when Kyle Korver and LeBron passed up the shot, or at least the drive, to kick it to the corner to Kyle Korver, who missed that shot. So I remember those 2 players in Cleveland for the wrong reasons, right?
Yes.
Those are the only 2 players with finals experience on the Bucks roster.
And I'll feel bad for Kyle Korver. He's already 0-2 in the finals. If he goes with the Bucks, I just realized, I forgot he was on the team. He'll be 0-3. Jeez.
So what am I supposed to think about? Is that a big threat to them? And I told you, the biggest threat is obviously in the West. It's the Clippers. But the Clippers have had their total roster together only 12 times this year. One of those 12 was the loss to the Lakers, the 3rd game.
But if you let me ask this, Skip, other than Kawhi, who on the roster on the floor has been to the final?
Okay? I got it. Although Kawhi's got 2 finals.
That won't matter, though. That team's already gelled, experienced. I mean, Paul George is pretty much craving a championship. I don't think he'll get it this year, but that's not a worry for me. Even though I still have the Clippers losing to the Lakers by the Lakers squeaking it out in Game 7, but no.
Oh, George been to the final?
No.
Oh, he got a loss. He got an L on that resume, too. Don't pretend like you don't know that.
I know exactly what he has, and I told you that Kawhi and Paul George only played 32 games together. Your guy and his new co-star from New Orleans played 53 games together. The Clippers needed reps. They needed to finish out on time in sequence the regular season to figure out how to play together to beat that guy when it mattered.
Oh, how are they going to do that if Kawhi played every other day?
Well, now he will play every
He
day.
ain't got no choice.
Bet?
Got no choice.
Okay, but he's fresh.
In the bubble season, where there's 8 more games, I think Kawhi will probably sit 3 of those games because some games are back to back to back, let alone most are back to back.
So they got that, but they don't have any experience. He just got 5 months off in year 17.
So did Kawhi.
5 months off. Kawhi's not in year 7.
Kawhi body feel like he in year 20. That's why he missed 20 games last year and nothing this year so far.
He needed experience with his new team. He didn't get it.
And what about that 73 games he had a couple years ago?
Yeah.
73?
All right. Well, we quit on my Spurs. I told you that from the start.
Kawhi Leonard was injured. I don't want to hear that he quit on the Spurs. He was not mentally there or physically. No. And plus, to come back the last 20 games or last 10 games and then lose in the first round to the Warriors? No, come on.
Support. He had a master plan in mind, and he executed it brilliantly. Toronto, I think I'll go to Toronto and just win the championship in the Finals MVP, and then I will jerk the rug right out from under that man.
No, it wasn't
I was shocked.
no, first of all, that was not a master plan. What he did is kind of the equivalent of my car breaking down side the road. I get out to look to see what's wrong with it, and then I see a bag of money in the ditch. That's what happened. Because Kawhi stumbled upon that plane.
Well, that's his second
But skip.
Finals MVP. So I look back at LeBron's competition in the Finals. If we go back to 2012, his breakthrough year against the baby. Okay.
Man, I don't want to hear about the baby Thunder. The Thunder had home court advantage. The Thunder actually had the edge. Listen, I think within that series, the Thunder were 55% favorites to win, 45% for the Heat. I knew the Heat would win because they had a big 3 and they lost the past year against the Mavericks. And there's no way we were going to see the Heat lose 2 finals in a row, let alone LeBron with his 3rd final loss without a win. It was just a storyline thing. But the Thunder were favorites coming into that series. I would, as a follower seeing LeBron playing the NBA, the Thunder were pretty much like the baby Warriors back in 2015, but they had a low IQ. The Warriors had a high IQ and a great team that can shoot, especially you have 2 dynamic shooters in Clay and Steph. You had Russell Westbrook, and you also had James Harden, who came off the bench. When it came to that series in Game 2, the Thunder were up 1-0, and there was a no call on LeBron with KD. The Thunder almost won that game. It is what it is. Plus, you still have the 2-3-2 format. So if you lose one game with the Thunder, then you have 3 games in a row with Miami. That's where Miami took over. But if that series was 2-2, 1-1-1 like it is, that would have gone 6 games at least.
They were baby, but they were just loaded with potential or future Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
They got KD and Russ and James Harden, right? And I look at that team, and they did have Perk, and they did have Tabo, and they did have Nick Paulson, they had Serge Ibaka, Ibaka, yeah. And they had Derek Fisher on that team. So it was a legitimate threat in the finals, and they blew out LeBron's team in Game 1, and then LeBron got a call in Game 2. But that's okay. And then we look at what happened.
Yeah, that momentum in Game 2 for that no call on LeBron on KD, that pretty much just gave the momentum to Miami to take over that series.
To that series, and LeBron he was blessed that series because remember in Game 2, Shane Battier hit 5 threes. That's huge. You don't expect from Shane Battier.
Why not?
And then Game 3, Dwayne Rosen showed he was the star to me of Game 3. Then Game 4 was the Mario Chalmers game. We're going to talk about Mario a little later in the show. But Mario, remember, he had 12 points in the 4th quarter to save LeBron's bacon. And then Game 5 became the closeout game, shockingly, and Mike Miller hit 7 threes in the game. So, again, it was meant to be. He won the ring. God bless him. Way to go, LeBron. It's about damn time, he said after the
Why you do that?
Well, that's what he said.
But Skip, why you do that?
I'm not about what he's saying. I'm saying, why do you
I'm
do that?
showing you that at least they were a legit threat in 2012. All of a sudden, I'm not sure who the legit threat is to his dominance this year. He is prohibitively favored.
No, he's not prohibitively favored. The favorite should be the Los Angeles Clippers, then the Bucks, then the Lakers. But for me, knowing what's going to happen, I just have the Lakers winning the championship. I think this is based on storyline, things behind the scene, best interest in the NBA. Plus the Lakers, their roster is up there with those 2 other teams. I got to see it. I really want to see how this works out. Again, that's why I've stated that I think they're going to squeak it out in a 7-game series against the Clippers. And with the Bucks, I think it's more lenient. I don't trust Giannis when it comes to the finals going against LeBron and AD. No.
This is the easiest path. This should be a cakewalk in Orlando.
No,
It's not a cakewalk. No.
I'm not going to let you get away with this. LeBron James is the only guy that has teammates. When they do what they're supposed to do, when they do what they're asked to do, they say LeBron's bacon. Everybody else has teammates that do it. That's the mark of a great team. Yada, yada, yada. But you, every time LeBron teammates do what they, so he was supposed to go out there and score 150 points and win the game by himself.
If Ray Allen
LeBron wants to. LeBron likes to play in his own system. I mean, LeBron will not play off the ball. He will not post up. He will barely do any effective screens. If LeBron sets you a screen, he'll just walk up to your defender, not even screen, but just walk out. It's crazy, man. LeBron, people talk about he's very disciplined. He's not disciplined at all. He wants it his way or it's the highway, or he'll trade you. He'll get the coach fired. You know, LeBron's like he's the star show. He's like the Rihanna. He's like the Beyonce. And everyone else, you better be, background dancers. And all the spotlight's on me. I mean, that's a detriment to LeBron. If LeBron actually played more in a team style, trusted his coach, let alone would play off ball and, would play different positions to where defensively, post up time to time, play off the ball, come off screens, play more in a team system of hockey assist and not just LeBron hogging it, he would definitely have at least 5 championships right now. No debate. I don't care.
lips out that shot from the corner. If he lips it out, LeBron is 2-7 in the finals.
Okay, what if Steve Kerr missed that three?
Okay, I don't want to hear that he would be 2-7. Listen, if Ray Allen would have missed that 3 or Chris Bosh would have never got that rebound, LeBron would have finished 1-3, and then the Miami Heat would have made changes. LeBron maybe would have not gone back to Cleveland. Who knows about those scenarios? So I hate when cats say that.
What if Paxson missed that three?
They weren't do or die.
What would have happened?
Jordan would have just figured it.
Shannon needs to Shannon really needs to sit down and just let it out. Listen, he loves this boo thing when it comes to LeBron James, but LeBron did get saved with Ray Allen. I'm not saying he got saved by Kyrie because the game was tied, but 4 minutes left in the game 7, no one was scoring. We've never seen the stretch to where the Warriors haven't scored in that amount of time. But Kyrie pretty much he sealed the deal when it came to it.
Out and finished it off. I'll just do it myself.
All I know is that Ray Allen did hit a shot. Kudos. But who took the overtime over?
My team shot.
Yeah, but if Ray Allen never hit it, then LeBron would have lost the finals. And again, LeBron was amazing that fourth quarter until the last 2 or 3 minutes. LeBron was choking. He had back-to-back turnovers, let alone miss the first three-pointer. But he did knock down the second 3. But then again, to tie the game, he missed the other three-pointer. So LeBron pretty much threw that game until Ray Allen saved him. It is what it is.
Lying dead on the floor.
Okay, well, I know these two are just going to go back and forth being childish upon this, but 2020 is a great chance for LeBron to win the championship. Warriors and Nets are out. You're going to have a tough time against the Clippers and let alone, the Bucks as well. But, there's only going to be either one champion between any team in the NBA. It's either going to be the Bucks, Lakers, or Clippers. I'm rolling with the Lakers, like I've stated before. But, hey, I'm excited to see what happens in Orlando, and let's see if LeBron can rack up another championship.